All right, the first piece of the dam may have broken off, and hopefully, and I mean dam as in like the thing that stops water, not the word that I don't know if YouTube cares about or not. No, okay. So earlier today, and this is honestly a story that I could care less about, but it's about the overall picture of things. Okay, is that EA, our good old pals EA, they acquired Playdemic Games, which they make Golf Clash on mobile. Now I've never played that game before. I didn't even know WB Games had Playdemic as a studio, but they bought them from Warner Bros. Games and AT&T for $1.4 billion, not million, in cash. Now, one side note, very quickly, is that people are saying in the comments, like, isn't it insane that Insomniac? I think Insomniac was what, 229 million or 329 million? I think it was 229, and you're having studios bought for like 8 times that now. So it's insane how much price. I mean, you look at Bethesda and all this other stuff. So again, do I care about Playdemic? No. Do I care about Golf, whatever it's called? No, I don't. In fact, I already forgot its name 5 seconds after clicking off the web browser that I was looking at, okay? I don't care about that. But the bigger thing is, does this signal WB Games selling everything, okay? I saw a lot of people specifically on Twitter saying, oh dear, again, nobody cares about this specific deal, but does it show that they're selling off properties? Well, I kind of agree, but, in their press release, obviously they thanked the developer. They said that, obviously they've had great relations to them, all that kind of stuff, but one thing specifically that they had in there is the purchase price. I'm going to read out for you. Here's the picture. The purchase price for the transaction is subject to customary adjustments and will be paid in cash at closing and retained by AT&T. The transaction is subject to customary regulatory approvals. Now, that part doesn't matter as much. The remaining WB Games portfolio is included in the recently announced Warner Media-Discovery transaction and will become part of the combined media and entertainment company after the close of that transaction. Now, is that just mumbo jumbo to kind of throw in like the other stuff, like thanking them, which you could say maybe isn't mumbo jumbo? It's something you should probably do. Like the other part, the legal stuff where it's like, okay, well, it's technically still owned by them until the deal goes through, and then obviously EA would take over, stuff like that. Like, is it just as throwaway as that stuff? No, I actually don't think it is. I think that there's a reason why they said that. I mean, if you take what I just read at point value, what did they say? They said, out of all their studios, and, obviously we've talked about, Monolith, we've talked about NetherRealm, WB Montreal, Rocksteady, Avalanche Software, all of these, right? And there's maybe one or two more I missed, okay? These are TT Games. These are the bigger companies that they have, or the developers that they have. But obviously they have smaller ones too, and this, I wouldn't even argue, is small. See, if other ones get sold, I wouldn't even say that they're guaranteed to sell for as much or more as the 1.2 billion dollars. I mean, that's a lot of money, and I don't even know if like WB Montreal is worth that. You know what I mean? So, but again, taking it on face value, they literally said, well, with this merge, we sold this golf game and developer. We're not selling anything else. All of them are included in the sale. So obviously there has been a lot of talk of like, do you sell a couple of them? And, it is, this is separate from the idea that they've bought NetherRealm and they bought Rocksteady, right? We've talked about that. There were rumors of that happening, but there was also rumors of a lot of other companies. One of them seems to have happened, Avalanche Studios, which is the makers of Just Cause, right? They announced that game Contraband, and even in the beginning it said Microsoft Game Studios. So that is the confirmation that Microsoft bought them, but that's one out of the 4 or one of the 5 in all that we've personally talked about. So, I don't know if the other ones have been sold, but again, based off of that, if you just take it at point, and you could say, well, like they're lying. I don't really know why they would lie or like try to stretch the truth with something like that. That's a press release. That's not even, I would say, to like us. Like, they don't care if a average Joe, his basement reads this and he plays Xbox on the side. They don't care about that. This is I would say, for investors. This is for financial reasons that they say all that kind of stuff. So I would argue that they're telling the truth as they know it right now. That as of right now, this game or this, I keep calling it a game, but in reality, I have to stop thinking that, right? Because it is developers. So this developer is gone. We sold them, but the rest, they're all coming with the merge. They're all moving over. So that is actually a little contradictory to what they said earlier, where it's like some may stay, some may go. But I mean, that was a maybe, right? Maybe some will stay, maybe some will go. We don't really know which ones. And that was actually, they never said that. Those were all like leaks or rumors. People said, well, it seems like maybe some would stay and some would leave, right? So we don't know for sure, but it is definitely interesting. And I could care less about this developer. Good for EA. I'm sure they'll find a way to either make more money off of them in a more evil way, or shut them down eventually because they messed up at something. You know, I respect EA just a little bit more than the rest of the internet. Obviously, they have a lot of problems, but their PR team is very, very lovely, and they're very nice people that it seems. Okay, so let me know, guys, in the comments below. Do you think it means the rest of them are, available and will be sold? Do you think that kind of press release basically says right there that they'll just stay and nothing else is going to be sold? Let me know what you guys think. As always, make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on, leave a like would definitely help this video out. All my social media stuff is in the description below if you guys want to follow me on Twitter or my second channel. We have Patreon, we have YouTube Join, like a memberships, right? All of that stuff is in the description below. Thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it. I hope to see you all on the next video.